Welcome again, artists, to value number 9, warm up. What we're going to do is create just a geometric design that shows different depths, different values, and you'll be surprised what happens as we do this. So what I'm going to do is just draw 3 straight lines, and these lines need to overlap in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so they're overlapping. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dot in the center of each one and draw lines to the corners straight as I can. It's really okay if they're not quite perfect. So don't worry if yours doesn't look quite like mine. There's no perfect method to this. It's really okay. And it's not a bad idea if you know where those first original lines are, so I'm going to make mine a little thicker. It's not necessary, but it might help. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, we have not yet used color, and you could have, but I haven't, to create value. And a lot of you don't use color with value. You apply color just in one solid layer. And something I really want you to encourage you to do is work more with getting colors or value in your colors. You can do that with markers by layering the markers. You can do it with colored pencils, just like with regular pencils. With pressure, you can do it with paint by mixing colors, with blacks, with whites, with darker colors, lighter colors. So we're going to use one color for this today. And what I want you to do is in each of these sections, you're going to do a different value with that color. So I'm going to start out really super light. And it doesn't matter the order you do this, how you approach it, as long as you have showing different values. You kind of have to know what the darkest value is. I'd say pick a color that is either a dark color or at least a medium color. Like yellow is not going to work great for this. And it might be challenging to get 4 different values out of a color. But the good thing is you can just adjust by going back over other colors. So those are 4 different values there. Yeah, you can see that pretty clearly even on the screen. And what I want to do is where those values touch, I don't want them to be the same. So down here, I want to make sure that this is not another super dark value. And I'm just going to continue on and keep doing it so that none of these shapes end up having the same value touching one another. So if I have a really light value there, then over here I need it to be a little darker so that it looks different. And what this starts to do is it starts to create depth in this simple geometric design. And the point is so that you can understand, man, value really adds form to what our artwork. If I colored this all just a solid purple, then it wouldn't have any depth. It would just be flat. Even if I had the lines, it would still just be flat. But because I'm trying to use different values, the values help it look like it has a little bit of depth. Maybe not a great deal of depth, but some for sure. So you just continue on with this until you get your whole square filled up. If you want to try something interesting, you can approach this where you're doing it from a light source. So if I would have done that and said my light source is over here, then all of these sides of these pyramid type shapes, like if we were looking down on a pyramid, some of that's kind of what some of these would look like. The lights come in here. This would be the darkest side over here. So every one I can make this the darkest side. And that way have a different result than if it's just more random. So that's up to you though. Random is absolutely fine for this. It still shows us what we want to see. It's interesting because it makes this square not look square anymore. And there you go. It's fairly interesting. We've got one more value warm-up that we will tackle tomorrow. Until then.